All right, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. We've got our coffee here today. If you can see, I've got it in this Florida Gators thermos. I'm not a Florida Gators fan. I guess technically I'm a Florida State Seminole fan. So if you're watching this and this bothers you, I'm sorry. I got this cup. Former mini tour player used to live with me while he was chasing the dream, and he left these here. I don't know if he's a Gator fan or not, but shout out to Kenny Jones. Hope you're doing well, bud. Anyways, if you haven't been to the channel before, on Mondays I like to play a course from their par 3 tee. I was trying to figure out where to go today, and typically I'll try to find a place that the tour is playing. But today I just felt the need to go to Copperhead. So we're going to choose Copperhead. This is where you choose the par 3 tees. This is also where it sets up the scorecard, so it knows what to call par. For each hole, this will be par 3, obviously. We'll just play the front 9 today. We typically only like to play 9 for the videos. But I'm originally from the Tampa Bay area, and I've played Copperhead a lot, so I know this course fairly well. I want to see what it's like from the par 3. If you notice, we're a little washed out down here. Picture's not as great. So pay attention on the computer, on the side screen. And the reason is it is so gorgeous here in Florida today that I've got the garage door wide open. So the sun's coming up. It's about 6:45 in the morning here, and it's just nice finally, right? It's not 100 degrees like it has been. So if you're in Florida, if you're watching this from Florida, try to get outside today if you can, if you're in an area. I think we got rain coming, so. All right, without further ado, let's play the front 9 at Copperhead. First hole is technically a par 5, but they dropped us here. Looks like on our third shot, so we must have laid up to 115 yards, 113 yards, playing up at 8. All right, we got a little gap wedge here. We're gonna try to just flight one softly in there. There's no room in front of this pin, but there's room behind it, so we're not worried about being a little long. That felt pretty good. Yeah, like I said, don't mind being a little long. The front has that bunker, which could bring some things into play. All right, we usually, if you haven't watched the video, we usually just putt with the wedge. We're not worried about putting on the simulator. We're here just to get some short iron work in. But let's see if we can hit this one down there since it's a straight putt and make a little birdie. Did we hit it? Oh, we got it there, but it broke a little bit. All right, moving on to number 2, which is a par 4. Yeah, I was wondering where they were going to put us here. It's a shorter hole. I typically, if I was playing this course, I would typically try to hit it to about right here. Yeah, I think the whole play is right around 400. So 100 yards. This is my favorite sand wedge distance, the 56 distance. It is a little uphill. But I like this. Again, I'm going to try to be a little long on this one because I think that pin's closer to the front, and I don't want to hoist a lob wedge that far. So let's see if we can hit this one about 102, 103. Yeah, perfect. 103 carry, just a little bit beyond the flag. Another straight putt downhill. Just a hair. Maybe we can get a birdie here. Oh, I pulled it. Does it go back right at all? Nah, didn't get it there. Oh, 180. We got a real golf shot. So I was talking to a good player the other day, man by the name of Charles Young. Might see him on some future videos. He's going to start coming out at 7 a.m. I think and get some work done on the course. But anyways, we were chatting about attacking pins, and Mr. John Connie, I talked to him as well about this. But basically, 7-iron, which is what we got here, from 180 yards. 7-iron is right at that cutoff point of do you fire at the pin or do you play it to the middle of the green? I feel like most of the time, 8-iron, 9-iron, wedge, 155, 165 and in. You can take dead aim, unless, obviously there's some trouble that you should play away from. But 7-iron is really that breaking point. So with this flag in the front left, 180. I'm gonna hit. This is an actual par. No, this is a par 4 on the course. Actually, I love this hole. But I'm gonna start this on the right side of the green and bring it into the left. Try to avoid missing left. Plenty of green to the right of this. It's a tricky little green up there in real life. But anyways, we got 7 iron, 180. No more talking. Oh, come on. Hold on. Oh, what a bounce. Oh, what ball is this? It was a draw, sweeping in there, so we expected. Great shot again, let's be honest. Another birdie opportunity. Pretty straight putt. Let's see if we can make one. That one broke right. Didn't quite get it there again. All right, 146. 146 is the perfect pitching wedge for me. I like to imagine the pitching wedge about 142. So 146, I'm not even going to try to squeeze any extra out of this. I'm just going to hit a smooth pitching wedge and call it a day. 146. Felt pretty good. Yeah. Carried 141. I told you, stock pitching wedge is 142. A little left to righter. Hit this one just to the left of this cup. I mean, I'm not really expecting to make these, but when I miss them, I'm like, man. All right, 130. This is in between for me. Gap wedge, really, I don't like to hit it more than about $120, maybe 122. Can hit it 130, but I don't like to swing that hard with wedges. So, with the pin really sitting in the middle of the green, we got two options here. We could either hit it that 120 number and give ourselves about a 25-foot putt up the hill, or we could try to fly the pitching wedge in there, get ourselves a little 10, 15-foot putt. I'm going to go with the pitching wedge, even if it doesn't make logical sense to me right now. It's just in my hand, and I want to see if I can maybe feather one in there, a little draw feather, just because there's room to the right. So it's going to be just a little chippy, as we like to say. Did I overturn it? I feel like I overturned it. Sometimes when I'm slowing down the arm speed, hands can get a little active, thinking that they should have got to the ball by then, and just kind of turn them a hair. So, food for thought. See if we can just get par back there. I was like, watch this be the birdie we make. All right, we're holding up now. 6 from 167. 167 is pretty much 90% 8 iron. I want to use the term 92% for some reason. I feel like 8 iron can max out about 172, 175 if we had the hood one. Stock's probably like 165. So let's just give this a stock 8. I feel like the reason I want to go 90, 92%, being sarcastic on that part, is just because I never like to fly at the full length to the hole. A lot of times these courses we're playing, the course is taking a big bounce. You really only want to hit it about 162 here. So it's a little too much for a 9 iron, but it should be a good little, we'll try to play a baby cut. It's like a slight fade, 8 iron. Take a little bit off. I don't think I cut it, but I think I slowed it down enough. Yeah. Dead straight, basically. Spin axis was 3 degrees left. 0 path. So technically end out 0.43 if you're watching on the screen somewhere, but overall, pretty safe straight shot. All right, let's see if we can make par here. All right. Number 7. 153. Now this should be playing down a little bit, so let's call it 150. Yeah. So again, this is between really hard pitching wedge or flighty 9. I love flighting the golf ball. I love taking spin off. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hit one about 146 carry, a little draw, see if we can get it kind of just to release and spin back there. Maybe 143, just because it's playing down a little bit. So 143 carry is what we're looking for here with a little draw. Maybe too much draw. I like the shot shape. 139 carry, so we missed our number by a couple. 143 is what we wanted, but I mean, come on. It's pretty good. Make it. Just drifts. 196, real hole. Down 10. I had this shot a couple times yesterday in the match I was playing, and unfortunately, like, the ball flew. Both times flew the green. And I'm honestly, I don't know why. I thought I hit him really solid. Thought I had plenty of height. Anomalies. Maybe I was amped up. But from 197, playing down 10 feet, it's probably 190 on the button. It's too far for a 7. 7 iron is going to max out at 182 at most. It's too far. The 6 can go up to 205. I like to hit stock 6, that exact number, 196, just shy of 200. But playing down and knowing that we're going to have to land this 189-ish, we'll probably just try to hit a feathery 6, a cut 6. I usually like to swing pretty aggressive when I get to 3, 4, 5, 6 iron. Because it's such a long club, it's easier to swing with tempo than it is to try to take some off. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So let's focus here. Hit an 85% 6 iron with a little cut. Felt really good. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. We don't want to putt. We don't want to putt. We don't want to putt. Ah. Does it come back? I mean, 187 carry. That's exactly what we want. Let's see if we can get one down there. Stay up. 119. Hold on. Let's see if we can finish out strong. Last hole from 120. 9 plays straight uphill too, right? Yeah, 6 yards up here. It's not feet, if you can't tell. 18 feet. Every time I play this hole, you come up short. It's more severe than it looks to get it to exit. So 119 is probably actually playing close to 123 from this distance. So here's a quick pro tip. The reason that as you're closer, the elevation doesn't change as much from like a club perspective, right? Like if you had a 5 iron from whatever your 5 iron number is, and you had 6 yards of elevation, you might have to hit a 3 iron. It might be a 2 club elevation change. But when you get closer with wedges, not only is it because the dispersion is so far, right? Because it's 170 to 200 with your 5 iron as opposed to 100 to 120 with your wedge. It's the angle of descent. So if you imagine real quick, a wedge is going to be coming down at this angle, right? Just very straight coming down. So if I elevate the green and I'm still coming down, I'm only losing a couple percent, right? 1 or 2 yards because I was only going to make it to there. But as a 5 iron or 6 iron's coming in on this trajectory and I raise the elevation, right? Like look how short it's coming. Or to say it another way, if it were to hit this green here, this is where it's coming down in, not over here. So 170, 200 with an elevation change here might only be 155, 160, which is why you might have to add a couple clubs at times. From this distance though, 119 probably should be pretty close to 120, 121 playing uphill. Unless you're trying to flight one in, hit one, kind of knock down those draw wedges that I hit. If I were to do that, I'd have to add more because I'm asking that to come in lower and release. From this number, I'm just going to hit stock gap wedge, which for me is that 122, 125 number we talked about on the last shot. I typically don't, again, like to hit gap wedge this hard. But for this purpose, with the way this pin is set up, we're just going to hit one right over that bunker. Oh, please. And that's how we finish with our first birdie and our only birdie. Let's take a look at the card. Oh, yeah. So there you go. It's very easy to do math when it's 3 all the way across and then 1, 2. So 3 times 9 is 27. Subtract 1 for 2, 26. And that's our round today. Let's check out the statistics. I really feel like we struck the ball pretty well. 8 bars, 1 birdie, we knew all that. 16 putts, we knew that. 8 out of 9 greens. We did miss that one now that I remember, but it was just off the edge. I actually think I putted it with the pitching bench. This doesn't matter. Yeah, no drives here, so it didn't matter. I was hoping it showed total putting 28.37 feet. That doesn't help me because 9 holes is 3 feet each, which means all I did was hit it in that circle. I took all the gimmies. I was hoping it had... No. I was hoping it had distance to pin. I really felt like we stuck a lot of shots there. But anyways, thanks for watching. I like to make one of these every single week. If you like the content, hit the subscribe, right? Everybody else is saying it. Or just come back and visit if you want to watch around. But yeah, thanks for watching. Took about 15 minutes of your time. Have a good one.